Good morning everyone. In last class we have discussed about the adsorption theory of the catalysis, where we have studied about the adsorption theory, how the adsorption is useful in the process of catalysis, how that is conducting the process of catalysis. We have studied about the action of promoter as well as the action of poison. So in this class we are going to discuss about the shape selectivity of any catalyst. We are going to explain that how adsorption is capable to explain the shape selectivity of any of the catalyst. So in this class we are going to study about the shape selective catalysis. When we discuss about the shape selective catalysis, we discuss about the zeolite, because zeolite is known for their shape selective nature. So it is the zeolite or silicate which is known for their shape selective catalysis. Now, what is the uniqueness of the zeolite? What is the special feature of the zeolite? When we talk about the zeolite, as we have already discussed in the class 11th P block elements, then we have discussed that the zeolites are known for their specific surface shape, and that type of surface shape is called the honeycomb like structure. That means there are so many pores on the surface of the zeolite just like the honeycomb, and all of these of the pores have the identical size, and because of the identical size, those of the molecules which have the counter shape with these of the pores, they adsorb on the system and only they are catalyzed, and this is the reason why they are called shape selective catalyst. If I am trying to explain with some example, we are considering that this is the hole in which we are trying to explain that we are considering that this is the pore of the zeolite. Now, if this system having greater size will approach on the pore, what happens? The adsorption cannot take place because the size of this one is broader than the size of the pore. But when you will see a smaller system, then the entry is easily possible. But when you will see whether the adsorption takes place properly, whether the chalk touches the whole surface, surely not. And in this condition you can say that both the system which have the greater size as well as which have the smaller size cannot adsorb on the surface of the system, and neither they can be catalyzed with the help of the adsorption with the help of this catalyst, that is the zeolite. But if a system have a counter shape adsorb on the surface of the pore, then what happens? The catalysis will take place. So only that system which have the counter shape with the pore can adsorb on the surface, and only that system can be catalyzed. So you can say a specific shape and a specific size of a molecule can adsorb on the surface of the catalyst of the surface of the zeolite, and this is the reason why zeolite is capable to give the shape selective catalysis, and this is a special feature of the zeolite. So the zeolite is capable to catalyze a specific surface, specific shape of molecule, and this is the reason, or the adsorption is the reason here for the shape selective catalysis. When you will see some other examples, we can see the example of enzymes. The enzymes are also showing the such nature, also showing the shape selectivity and the reactant selectivity. Actually, when we talk about the enzymes, then what are the enzymes? Enzymes are the proteinous system having non-proteinous coenzyme part, that is very small. So you can say that enzymes are the proteins, and these of the enzymes are well known as the biocatalyst. They are responsible for the catalysis for all of those of the process which are called the biological functions. All of those of the process which are known as the function of the body, that is called metabolism. So the metabolic process are catalyzed with the help of the enzymes. So these of the enzymes are responsible for the catalysis of metabolic process. In this metabolic process, the enzymes are very much specific towards their reactant. They catalyze a specific reactant no other reactant can be catalyzed with the help of the same enzyme. Enzymes are very much specific towards their reactant, towards their temperature, as well as towards their pH. And if that is so specific, then why we are using? Because they are the very much efficient. In our daily life, we are using some of the compounds regularly, especially the medicines. And which medicine is the popular most? That is the antibiotics. Antibiotics are those of the substances which are secreted by some of the medicinal plants. But the amount of medicine whatever we are using, that is very very heavy. So we need to prepare such compounds in our labs, in our factory, and for that specific purpose we need to use the enzymes. So we are using the enzymes, and we are trying to explain here why enzymes are so much specific towards their reactant. If I am taking an example to suggest that how much enzymes are selective towards their reactant, then see this one, NH2CO NH2. If you are going to hydrolyze the substance, the catalyst which will be used, that will be urease, an enzyme. This enzyme is capable to hydrolyze the urea. But if you are taking another compound, that is the ethanamide, CH3CONH2, then in these of the two compounds you will find that the molecular mass of both the systems are identical. The functional group in both the systems are same, again amide. So when you are going to hydrolyze this substance and you are using urease, you will find it is ineffective in this case. Even both have the same functional group, both have the same molecular mass, even though they are not identical, and this is the reason why the urease is not capable to hydrolyze this one. And this is the specific nature of the enzymes. This is explaining that enzymes are capable to catalyze a specific reactant. No other reactant can be catalyzed by the enzymes. And why that thing happens? That can be explained on the basis of the key-log theory of the enzymes. The theory says, just like key and log, a specific log is opened with a specific key. Similarly, a specific reactant is catalyzed with a specific enzyme. How it's possible? When you will talk about the key and log, I think every one of you knew about the action of the key and log, how they works. Then we find that the key have a specific shape and log have a counter shape. So when this key enters in the log and we rotate it, that rotates within the log, and this is the region that is capable to open the log. If these two, that is the key and log, don't have the counter shape, then what happens? Then the rotation of key will not take place, and if the rotation of key will not take place, the log will remain closed. The almost same condition remains here. You can see this is the key-log theory of enzyme catalysis. If you are considering that this is the enzyme, I am drawing it in the form of alphabet E. You can draw in any of the other form, but just try to not draw a surface shape plane. ऐसा कोई भी surface shape ड्रा करने की कोशिश नहीं करिए जो कि बिल्कुल ऐसा प्लेन सा हो. That cannot explain the key-log theory. तो थोड़ा सा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा सा ड्रा करिए. Then this is the shape of the enzyme, and this is the substrate. This is enzyme and this one is substrate. And when these two will combine with each other, they will form enzyme substrate intermediate, which can also be called adsorption intermediate. Then this is the intermediate. Now this compound, actually I have a smaller board, so there is little lack of space, I am drawing on the top. So when they will interact, afterward they will generate enzyme. You knew well that the catalyst remains unreactive before and after the reaction, the amount of enzyme remains same. But what's about this one? I am trying to explain a dissociation reaction. So the dissociation will take place and your product will be somewhat like this one. Due to lack of space, I am drawing a little smaller. So in this way the reaction proceeds. This is the product, this is the intermediate, and this is enzyme again. So you can say, due to the specific surface shape of the enzyme, only those of the reactants which have the counter shape for the enzyme can approach on the surface of the enzyme, and only that molecule can be catalyzed with the help of that specific enzyme. And this is the reason why enzymes are this much specific towards their reactant. I think it's clear to all of you. Then it is the adsorption which is responsible for the specific nature of the enzymes, why enzymes are very much specific towards their reactant, towards the other factors. So it is the adsorption which can explain the things about the selectivity of the system. When we talk about the enzymes, they are very much specific, but they are very efficient catalysts. Their rate of catalysis is very heavy. These of the enzymes are used in the different industries given in your book. Many of the functions are given in your book. So the main industry in which they are used, that is the medicine industry, that is the chemical industry. In the medicinal industry, they are used to prepare different type of the medicines. Especially, I have already said, especially it is the antibiotics which is used by using the enzymes. But we can't say that the enzymes use is limited to the preparation of the medicines only. They are also used in the different factories for the different preparation. So enzymes are very much important in our life. It's enough for today. We will continue in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.